Yes, son. Pure sickness, and I'm about to wreck this one like Wreck-It Ralph. Yes, we on some fantasy stuff. We're somewhere else. We need to go and talk to the king before we can leave the village because we just start. Yes, we just gonna throw another rope around your neck. Let's see a hold, we can pull it for a wall. Let's see if you can choke and then all of your oxygen will be gone. Yes, you need to replenish that shit. Go back to the hut where all the trees are grown inside those. Yes, this was before Christmas was made up. With Christmas songs and with the Kris Kringle wanna give a presents out. Because I took the whole lump, son. Yes, I put them in my U-Haul, and then I put the back down so people would come up and steal one when I was stopped at the traffic light or something. Or maybe it's just a sign that says stop on it like someone wrote it with some paint from out of jaw. Yes, so maybe they finger painted and they didn't even need a brush. Yes, this ass Anita that sing the background tone to another one of my wicked songs because the chorus will just go and then everybody wants to dance out in the lone. So why stop them at all? They're just trying to have fun. And then some of that rain will come and fall on the dome. They'll get all soaked. They'll have to take off their clothes and they're naked from now on. Yes, they're like a naked mole rat with every one of these words that I prescribe to yo because I'm just a doctor type guy with the lab coat on. But it's no, because I get silly right now and you can feel the funk of every word that I talk. Yes, I'm getting funkalicious with this. I'm just like a stick of peppermint, I guess. Cause that's how fresh I get on every time when I spit this shit. And then you listen to it. Boom. Out in cosmos and beyond, every time that I stole is what you wanna listen to, so put everything else down. Don't put on the back burner, cause if you forget, the house is gonna burn down. And you don't want this, so just change a little temperature on that shit. Make sure it's an O with a couple of F's, and then I'm flipping you off because my words were the best. I bust just like a nut would inside of the store before it's bought, so you can see what you're getting actually. Don't you open the card open to see if any eggs were broke. It's just the same. It's just the bulb that's gonna get lit with 1,000 volts, and then I'll never stop. No, I electrocute you to the core, beyond your soul, beyond where the cosmos and this world will touch. It's just like the atmosphere, but slightly above. My temperature is a barometer, bitch, and I'm about to just smack you with the tornado quick. It's a hurricane with the blast and the heat because it's gonna be cold the same, and then there's gonna be a cold 45 I sip in the rain. Yes, and then I get it so deranged. Off the rails, I'm just a train. I'm just thinking about some stuff that I thought of earlier on and I thought I forgot, but it's finally breaking its way to the surface when I talk, when I go with some more of this shit that I would have never known what I said if I didn't say it all at once, because these thoughts that I thought were covered in dust, they're fresh and they're cleaned off like with something with feathers on, like a French maid could have done the job. Yes, she was good. I tipped her a lot. I think her name was Miranda or some. No Six in the city involved because we lived in the suburbs, dog. Boom. Another boss to bolt to another bubble I brought because some of this stew was boiling hot. With a wooden spoon that I mixed because I'm just a wish. When I said all this shit, yes, I get a miss. That steam is so hot with every word that I got because my words were a lot. Yes, they cost the most maceta at the stove when you go inside with the dough that's slightly ajar, so you won't have to be locked out. You're out in the cold. Boom. The grass was about to grow lush and sweet every time I go with another thing, because when I want to get this umbrella open, all I have to do is hit the button at the bottom. Yes. You don't need to blow into these cartridges because most of the time they play because they're the upright ones. Not for the NES, because those ones are different. They're made by different people, I guess. We're on some Fantasy Star, just talking a lot. Let's see if any of these words make sense to you minions, because it's despicable me with something that's not written. If it was, I'd just be hopping electric fences, not touching it all, not even tennis shoe sole, because these weren't the rubber ones I used. So maybe it will get through. Maybe your transmission would work for a second. And then I just studying what I said in the past tense, because I get so illiterate. I can't throw all this confetti onto the parade at once, so we'll take handfuls out. Like this bag was big from Santa Claus. Yes, my heat was gonna be warming up until it's gonna be burning every one of your appendages, dog. You should have wore the glove, I thought. But that's another thing that I could have said. 2020, in hindsight, is what they always said. Yes. So we just gonna post up like a boat at the dock, like we got to the place that we wanted to go, so now we can stop. Yes, so just put down the little drawbridge for all of us to be getting out. Like we brought 2 of every animal along. Yes, this was the arc, motherfucker. Listen to this next song, because this was gonna get into your weakness and make it grow. Until I was the only one who was evolved. Y'all turn back into monkeys when this song is done. Yes, when it's through, when it's gone. Time capsule this shit, like put my cell phone into the ground. Yes, put it deep, just make a hole like for remote, because this could have been his second home. This could have been when he go, and when winter come, when the ground gets really cold, gets covered in frost and snow, and then you're gonna slip, you're gonna fall. You need a couple of those Super Mario fireballs to help out, cause that can melt some of the nearby shit, but the further off, that's harder to get. Pour some more creatine onto this microphone, but make sure that it gets a lot of liquids, because that shit really dries you out. But it's more because all of that water stores in your cells. Yes, and then we'll get some more shit out of the cellar right now. Yes, I want to get a couple of bottles of the wine that were real tall. Yes, the reds are the best and they make you live more long. Yes, we just gonna pull another driver onto this right now, because it was a sword. I could just split you into 2 if I want. But not yet. Not yet, son. We gonna take this cabin and throw a couple more grenades in the front door and then close it so it can explode and take hold of the whole force that I want to give it right now. Boom. If it didn't snow enough, then all the snow would melt and the snowman would be gone and the sticks would be on the floor, pointing every way that it wants. Shit pointing into the sky and whatnot. We need to go back and ask the one who was the king who sat on the throne to what directions to give us, Mr. King. We want to be your loyal subjects is what I'm saying. And then the rug would start to fold and start to roll like it was gonna be a mafia song in the background. Yes, I just wanna throw you in the trunk so bad. Get him out of the shackles he has with the brightest type rap he could do and command any of that. Because it was sick, it was just like a snake about to be slithering in. My slithering was a grin. Your frown was gone forevermore when you listen to one of my tones. That's how good and how strong they've become. Yes, what have I become? What have I done? With a couple of blood that run off my hands. Yes, I were red as fuck. I shoulda got cut. I shoulda just turned myself into the cops and told them I was the one with the dirtiest floss. So you're gonna clean them for a wall with a mop or a rug that you got once you use your hand or your other thing that comes with the stick, I guess. Yes, and now I'm gonna get real indifferent like they can't. Maybe I coulda had a grin. Who woulda known unless you studied all of the expressions of all of the cats that there ever was. Once you go back in time and this could have been your job. Like you like to stare at gorillas in the mist. Like you had a clipboard and shit. Fill in the boxes for something that happened. Yes, he could have hopped in just like a rabbit. Just like you want the carrots from out the ground, so you give them a paw and you put them in the bags that could have been the one for carrying potatoes with, but it's not. Throw a couple more dice along the filter, then you wanna go against some of these vicious animals. Don't waste your time because they got the gloss and their teeth were even more long, and they're gonna shine and they're gonna gloss in the sun. Yes, it could have been the moonlight, doesn't matter which one. Then we're gonna find out that this map was really flat. And the trees were tall and they were pointy on the top. Of course that they was. They wouldn't just grow up into the stump and just stop, just halt like the grow is done, it's over, man. No, we're gonna be like a couple of offerments to offer y'all some more stuff that we could been talking about. I just need to read my email to know what I'm flowing about next, because I get a bunch of opinions from a bunch of people sent to me from overseas. Yes. You're like a daffodil that doesn't have any grow. I need to pull up my sleeves for this next one that I'm gonna throw. It's like a discus I'm gonna toss. Like this was the Olympics, son, for ripping this song. And I wanted that gold so I could stand on the podium and be showing it off and be showing the crowd. Yes, I'm gonna shove off in a row. Like I was from the Northeast and I was about to begin on a boat. Or maybe I'm just getting in the car so I can be getting home, because it's getting late. I wanna get into that bed right now, because some of my energy I had for the day is deplenished. I need to replenish it. So I'm just gonna sit in this bed while I'm upright for a while like an upright citizen. Yes. Just give me a shred of what I said before, then I can season it up the way that I wish, and then you could be loving that shit. That's all that you want anymore. Put that in your cupboard or your fridge. If it needs to stay cold, then we're gonna keep it preserved. It's just gonna be a bunch of fish we're gonna mix with some lye, then we can call some lutefisk when we done. Boom. We just gonna get out all of the bones. We don't need them anymore. We're just gonna slap a couple of microphones until they do what we want. Boom. I just wanna hit you with the butt of this gun. I'm just gonna be the brunt of your jokes forevermore. And I grunt just like I'm one of them guys with the horns. My nose was the one of a pig, son, can't you tell? Because I'm just gonna make it snow on accident with another dance I did. My rain one was getting too strong, so it's coming down like hell. It's gonna be knocking you out because the pieces were large. They're just like baseballs that a pitcher throws. And you're never gonna hit this one because it's coming too quick. It didn't even register on that little speed gun. Boom. We're gonna get some more Fanny Star with this because we're gonna be winning it. Aces up, our sleeves are some, but our sleeves were pulled up, so we were just the best magicians that there ever was. Boom. And then the sun will start to snow on it. A snowball effect is gonna grow instead, because I know I could just get this lutefisk from out of the fridge. It's been cold for too long. Yes, put another coat of conifer on. Those were the leaves that fall off the trees that were large. Yes, we get the Northwest with every one of these songs. Wearing our plaids, we're gonna be knocking you out. Yes, we just gonna throw a couple of fists that were cuffed like we are holding something that we want to just throw down the carpet, because then it might get lost or get ate up by the dog or get played with by the cart until the cart brought it out to the cart, and now we gonna lost it out in the snow. And then if this happened, it wouldn't be good. TWA